Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. And today we are going to retrieve your soul fragments. If you check out my episode where I talk about Sal Rochelle and the 12 densities, one of the concepts that is very powerful that I've started to integrate is this idea of soul fragmentation. Whenever we suffer physical or emotional trauma, it is said that a part of our soul flees the body in order to survive the experience. With every cut and wound, our essence and vitality grow weaker. This is a soul loss. Soul loss is also known in psychological terms as dissociation. It's what happens when we become disconnected from the very core of ourselves, the source of our vitality, our soul. Soul loss, contrary to popular belief, does not mean losing your soul. Instead, it refers to experience of losing touch with your soul. Your soul is always there in the backdrop of your life, but it's not always accessible due to psychological traumas, abuses, and blockages that have taken root within you. So how do we regain connection with our souls? We do this through soul retrieval. And soul retrieval is a shamanic term that refers to reintegrating lost soul parts back into a person to create healing. These days, however, soul retrieval can be understood as the practice of reintegrating dissociated and repressed parts of the psyche back into everyday consciousness for greater wholeness. There are numerous perceptions of soul retrieval, but the one I believe is that of making the unconscious conscious. When a certain part of us is unconscious, it can wreak havoc in our lives and starve us of our fundamental vitality. We wind up feeling confused, lost, anxious, depressed, overwhelmed by these shadowy parts of us. This is very similar to shadow work. By bringing them to the consciousness, by practicing soul retrieval, we're removing the blockages that obscure our souls and create more inner peace and harmony. There are many causes of soul loss. It can be any form of abuse, sexual, emotional, physical, or mental. An event of prolonged grief, pain, and fear that made you feel helpless or impotent, or a deep-seated addiction, substance dependency, gambling, eating, a near-death out-of-body experience, or being forced to act against your morals. An experience of intense rejection, of abandonment, witnessing the unexpected death of someone, a sudden shocking accident, entering a relationship without strong personal boundaries, resulting in an unhealthy relationship. Soul loss or dissociation are devices that the brain uses to survive potentially destructive traumatic events. In other words, soul loss happens to protect you initially rather than to hurt you. This is a natural protective mechanism. However, every wound must be healed. Otherwise, it festers. When we neglect to heal these blocked off parts of ourselves and give them air, we are left with a chronic feeling of unwholeness. Eventually, we can suffer from chronic issues such as anxiety, depression, physical and mental illness also result. A simple example of soul loss can be found in cultures that frown upon expressing emotions like anger. A child, for instance, will quickly learn that expressing anger results in punishment or withdrawal of love by their parents. As a result, this child will eventually learn to split off this unacceptable part of themselves until they no longer accept this emotion as belonging to them. What happens to this anger? It is suppressed, and soul loss plays a huge role in our shadow selves. Often psychotherapy is used to try and treat soul loss, but while the psychotherapeutic approach can sometimes work, often it reaches a stalemate, because psychotherapy perceives this missing part as being lost somewhere in the individual, rather than preserved in the realms of the collective unconscious. Unless the psychotherapist works with the collective unconscious, they aren't working with the whole person. So the shaman, on the other hand, would assume that soul loss is a spiritual illness, and that the dissociated parts can leave the body and wander into other realms as a result of shock or trauma, and these realms are often inaccessible and are guarded by heavy defenses that make it difficult or even impossible for the affected person to go through on their own without the guidance of a shaman. Over time, the soul loss resulting from not integrating these traumatic experiences can become an obstacle in our development. The soul loss can result in distressing, debilitating, and incapacitating defense mechanisms that manifest as anxieties, depression, addictions, and compulsions, as well as chronic fatigue. We can actively retrieve these parts of us, these parts that lead to all of these depressions and tendencies and PTSD. However, the retrieval of these pieces is not the end. We must learn how to integrate them back into our lives in order to recover the vital power. So I've figured out a script here that will put you into a trance state and will work on recovering your soul. Don't you want your soul back? Let's do that. Let's go on a soul retrieval journey. So mark it here. Find a place to sit down or lay down if you have to, and begin to relax your entire body. Scan your body and relax every part of it. Relax your feet. Relax your legs. Relax your internal organs and your stomach, your back, your chest. Relax your arms and your shoulders and your neck. Relax all the muscles in your face. Relax your head. Just continue to feel this relaxation spreading throughout your body as you become more and more relaxed. If any thoughts come up, just watch them go by, as if you're watching a stream of water. They are not a part of you. Slow down your breath. Allow your heart to become coherent. Place your hand upon your heart and breathe in. Hold it and breathe out. Allow a feeling of love and gratitude to spread throughout your body as you continue to slow your breath down. As you drift deeper and deeper down and are more relaxed, be aware that in some cases, the soul is not within the body. Be aware of your soul in all dimensions and all places. Be aware that at times we have allowed the soul to get outside the body. This causes us to feel like we're in pieces, or dissociated, or not feeling altogether. I want you to look throughout your aura and just see the position of your soul. If it's outside your body, look over your left shoulder first and see if you can see that spark of white light. Pick up that white light from anywhere in your aura. Take a moment to find that little miniature sun. And when you do, just nod your head. Pick that sun up and place it right in the center of your solar plexus. And now, let it expand. Let it go from your rib cage to your right rib cage, and from your backbone up to your stomach muscles to form a pool of white light within you. As it expands, feel the pool of light. Feel the warmth. And imagine the brightness of this pool of light within your solar plexus. Good. Now, let all of the positive parts of you to stand around that pool of light. Allow all of the parts of you that are positive to you, be it a spouse, your job. When all of the positive parts of you are around that pool of light, just nod your head. And then just have them dive into that pool of light and feel that light surge up over your shoulders and down over your arms into your fingertips. Feel it moving down through your legs, through your shin bones, right into your ankles, and out to the tips of your toes. When it reaches the tips of your toes, just nod your head and then feel that light just surge up into your head, so that from the top of the head down to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes, you can feel that light within you. Now this light is your soul light. This is the light of your soul. Allow that light of the soul to glow. Feel that light of the soul being a part of you. Feel that soul light. Feel how good it feels, how wonderful it feels. And now with that soul light all around you, the spark of God's consciousness that was given to you upon your creation, feel that light as part of you. Feel that light as part of your being. It feels good to have the soul inside, doesn't it? And to have it glowing from the top of your head to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Look down now at your heart and bring all of the pieces of your heart that you may have given away to others. Bring those pieces of your heart and fit them back inside you, more and more relaxed. Allow all of the pieces of your heart to be within you. Feel how good that feels. Feel how relaxed that feels. More and more relaxed. More and more at ease as you feel all of the pieces of yourself coming back in. If you're having trouble, just follow the ribbons out from your heart. Follow that red ribbon out to the other person's. Just bring that piece of your heart back inside. when you have all the pieces of the heart back inside and you're whole and complete again, just nod your head and feel relaxed. Now, if there is an opportunity for you to give a piece of your heart out to anyone, you're going to feel the need to have his or her piece of heart returned to you. And so it's easy for you to give a piece of your heart to another, making sure you get a piece of their heart to respond to you. Now feel all of the pieces of your reproductive system that were taken from you being returned to you. Bring back all the pieces of the reproductive system and place them back within you. And then bring all the pieces of your reproductive system that you gave away looking for love in all the wrong places. When all of those pieces have been returned to you, just nod your head. Then just go deeper and deeper in relaxation. Look up to your mind. Sure, we joke about this sometimes, but I want you to bring back all the pieces of your mind that you gave away. I want you to bring all the pieces back of your mind that you gave away to others. Bring those pieces of your mind back easily and comfortably, relaxingly. Make your mind feel whole again. Feel how good that feels. Feel how good that feels, how relaxing that feels. Feel the energy and vitality coming back to the whole part of your being that had been missing. Feel yourself whole and complete, and feel how good that feels. Now, to increase your aura, I want you to look up to the crown of your head, and you'll see the light of the Holy Spirit coming right down from the top of the universe and beyond through the crown of your head. Feel that light just flowing into you, just as though you had a funnel on the top of your head. Feel that golden white light coming in and filling you from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. Feel it mixing with your white light, doubling and tripling in intensity. Feel how good that feels as it doubles and triples within you. Feel that light now. Feels good, doesn't it? Just let it flow out from you, from every pore of your body. Let every pore of your body flow out all of the white light until it forms an egg of white light protection. 2 feet above your head, 2 feet out from you in every direction, 2 feet beneath your feet. Feel that egg of white light just flowing out from you, building a light of protection all around you. Feel that light. And then on the outer ridges of that place is a shield of diamonds, the hardest substance known to man. What that shield of diamonds, use that hard substance to reflect away from you every evil, every anxiety. Releasing every anxious moment from your body, protecting you from any harm. Feel how good that feels. Feels good, doesn't it? As you do that, allow your light to shine through the facet of those diamonds, giving your light to all who need, placing your light around all who need your protection, placing your light around all who benefit. Feel how good that feels to allow that light to flow out from you in every direction. As you give this light to your family, your friends, to those you meet, it's an inexhaustible supply. To enhance it, look straight up into the crown of your head and let more love of the Holy Spirit move right down inside your body. Feel how good that feels. Feel how relaxed that feels, knowing that you can give your light to all who have need, but no one can take your light from you. No one can penetrate into that shield of diamonds. No one can break that shell that protects you. Feel that light of protection all around you. Feel how good that feels and how marvelous that feels. Take a moment now to enjoy this light around you. Feel how good that feels. Increasing this white light anytime you have need of it, increasing it easily and comfortably before you go into any place where your light had been drained in the past. Feel it now. As you increase this white light before you enter into any dwelling or place of business, feel this white light as you place it around all who you meet. Feel how good that feels. How wonderful that feeling is. More and more relaxed. More and more at peace, more relaxed and more at peace than you have ever known possible. It feels good, doesn't it, to just let it happen. And now just drift deeper and deeper in relaxation. Now I want you to imagine yourself walking through a spring-like field into a dark cave. The deeper you go into the cave, the deeper you find yourself descending into yourself. Along the way, you see a light in the distance. You keep walking and it keeps getting bigger. Sometimes, during your cave walk, you find objects. These objects represent different parts of yourself. For example, you might find a box of matches that represents your rage, a broken doll that represents your inner child, and a paintbrush that represents your lost inner artist. Collect all of these items in the bag you have with you. Don't worry, the bag can hold everything, no matter how big or small that you find. Also, it's not necessary to know precisely what each object represents. You can think about this afterwards. Eventually, you reach the light which consumes the whole tunnel. This white light is your soul within you and without. Take the objects in your bag and throw them one by one into the light. Each of these objects, parts of you, will be immediately reintegrated once they dissolve within the light. Once you have let go of the last object, breathe deeply and feel yourself being revitalized by this newfound increased wholeness and inner harmony. Now, I want you to step into the light, breathe deeply, and allow it to radiate through your entire body, binding with your cells, your DNA, permeating through all parts of your being. Very good. Enjoy this feeling. Your soul has been reintegrated. If any memories come up, any thoughts or ideas that come up from your past, those may be portions of your soul that have fragmented somewhere, and make it your conscious desire to bring them back into your body. If you feel emotions or pain, understand that is part of the process and it will soon let go. You've magnified the power of your soul and the white light within you. It will completely dissolve anything that brings any pain. So just continue this process. You can slowly come back to your bodies, wiggle your fingers and toes, and open your eyes. Return to the room. Take a few moments to reflect on what you've experienced. now, I encourage you to journal about what you've undergone. And when you do this, you may bring up even more stuff. I would look for archetypes, including the mother or mentor or the bully or lover or the warrior. Some part of you within this archetype may have separated part of your soul. I want you to write down whatever comes to your mind, and I want you to continue to be aware of this whole feeling of your soul. You are complete once again, and continue to strive to keep your soul together and use this vitality to share the light and save this world. Go out and have a glorious day with this new vitality flowing through you. And welcome to the reality revolution.